Hello, and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some big news coming out from Iran to share with you. So, we've got information that Iran for sure is going to get involved with Hezbollah if Israel decides to attack Lebanon. So, we've been talking a lot about this lately. I've been warning that there was a possibility that Iran could get involved. I've got information that for sure, 100%, they are going to back Hezbollah in this fight along with multiple other Iranian backed proxies, are going to get involved as well and support Hezbollah in this fight against Israel. So, this right here is Kamal Kharrazi. He is the foreign affairs advisor to Ali Khamenei, and Ali Khamenei is the Iran supreme leader. Okay, so we know that according to Kamal Kharrazi, he is coming out and stating that the Islamic Republic and its proxies would support Hezbollah with all means if Israel launches a war in Lebanon. I also saw an unconfirmed report of a top IRGC commander. Apparently, he was saying that they were itching to strike Israel once again, that they couldn't wait to do this, just like what we saw a few months back when Israel came under attack by hundreds of drones and missiles coming from Iran. And apparently they're ready to do this again, okay? And obviously, if they do get supportive here, what are they going to do? Probably that's what they will do, is launch hundreds of drones and missiles at them once again, all at the same time, while they're fighting against Hezbollah and also fighting against these other proxies that get involved as well. So this is very big news, and I wanted to share this with you. So I've got a report we're going to go over here, and then we're going to talk a little bit about this war some more. I've got another report to show you as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this on the Times of Israel. Top advisor to Khamenei says Iran will back Hezbollah with all means if war breaks out. So this coming out today, July 2nd, 2024. A top advisor to Iran's supreme leader says the Islamic Republic and its proxies would support Hezbollah with all means. Okay, all means if Israel launches a war in Lebanon, the Financial Times reports. While stressing that Iran is not interested in a war, Kamal Kharrazi, Ali Khamenei's foreign affairs advisor, warns that there would be a chance of expansion of the war to the whole region, in which all countries, including Iran, could become engaged. In that situation, we would have no choice but to support Hezbollah by all means. So again, what's going to happen here? What we understand is that if Israel decides to attack Hezbollah, that will then initiate the other Iranian-backed groups in Iraq, Syria, multiple other countries surrounding Lebanon to start attacking Israel at the same time. Then this will draw Iran into the conflict, and they will start to back all of their proxy groups and also Hezbollah, and then they will probably start launching drones and missiles again, kind of like what we saw again back a couple months ago, and also, who knows if the RGC would get involved directly as well. We also know that the Yemen Houthis have come out and said they've got like 400,000 fighters that they would be more than welcome to throw over into this fight as well. So this thing could get really crazy, and there could be so many countries involved at once, and it could just completely spiral out of control. And then what makes this very dangerous as well is the United States comes out and says that they're going to support Israel in this fight as well. So we've got Israel and the United States up against all these proxy groups, including Hezbollah, including Iran, and then potentially even the Yemen Houthis. This thing can get really insane very fast. So it says here, he notes that such a war serves neither the interests of Iran nor the U.S. A second Iranian official tells the UK paper that Iran is unlikely to attack Israel directly, instead leaning on armed proxy groups. On Friday, Iran's mission to the United Nations said that if Israel embarks on a full-scale military aggression in Lebanon against Hezbollah, an obliterating war will ensue. So that is very crazy too. I did a report on that just a few days ago with Iran's mission to the United Nations stating that this would be an obliterating war, okay? So obliteration, what is that? That's complete annihilation of a country or a region or whatever it might be, right? And there's been lots of warnings coming out, even U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin of the United States coming out and warning that this would be a catastrophe for Israel and Lebanon and also throughout the Middle East. Okay, this is obviously going to create more tensions and flare up the region even more when things are already on fire right now. So this is absolutely huge news to hear that obviously Iran here is going to get involved and back Hezbollah. So I've got this to show you as well. We're going to move over to X just for a moment. This is from Lord Bebo. Israel's invasion of Lebanon is to be imminent. The time is decided, reports German Bild. Okay, the German Bild. This is a newspaper from Germany, I believe. And he says here, so when will it happen? So apparently Bild is reporting this, and here's a kind of a picture of it. And it says right here, the time is supposedly fixed. Israel's invasion of Lebanon is to be imminent. Hezbollah threatens with war without borders. Army is preparing for extreme scenario. Germans should leave Lebanon immediately. Okay, that's what German Bild is reporting here. And I went and tried to find this. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find this exact article, but Lord Bebo generally has very reliable information that comes out. So I went and did a little bit of digging, and I did find this report here that I want to show you. This is actually from Ynet News. Ynet News reports a lot of stuff that goes on in the Middle East. And it says right here, Israel to begin offensive in Lebanon later in July. There we go, later in July. Diplomatic sources say IDF incursion into Lebanon to begin unless Hezbollah seizes its fire on northern Israel. Iran proxy says will not stop its attacks until Gaza war ends. So we've got a pretty reliable date here now. Now, we have been hearing that it was going to happen sometime in July. We don't have an exact date or anything like that, but we keep hearing middle of July. Now we're hearing later in July. Okay, so actually what this is going to report here is going to say here, Israel will begin its offensive on Lebanon in the second half of July unless Hezbollah holds its fire. The German Bild reported on Monday, quoting diplomatic sources according to the paper. Hezbollah does not intend to stop its attacks on Israel until the war in Gaza ends. So now this is what's getting very interesting here, is Benjamin Netanyahu coming out and stating recently that their war in Gaza is about to wind down and they're about to completely eliminate Hamas, is what he's saying, right? So if they are supposedly eliminating Hamas and they're saying they're going to be pulling out, what we understand is they're pulling out to actually get ready to go to war with Hezbollah. Excuse me, and they're supposed to be winding down their operations inside of the Gaza Strip, right? So I wonder if Benjamin Netanyahu is going to say, okay, we've ceased fire in the Gaza Strip, we're done with Hamas right now. Maybe that will signal to Hezbollah to kind of discontinue their attacks, and then maybe they'll be able to come to some sort of agreement here and stop attacking each other. And maybe that's just what we're waiting on, at least for with me right now. What I'm waiting to see is what happens when Israel decides to pull their troops away from Gaza. And I don't know if they're supposed to be doing this very soon. They say that within the next couple of weeks that they're going to be doing this. But then I'm also hearing some reports that Israel's going to be moving into Khan Yunis again here very soon. And they're going to be opening up a new operation in the central portion of the Gaza Strip, or eastern central portion, I should say. But it's going to be in Khan Yunis. And they're having to do this because we just had rocket fire coming from there yesterday. Apparently Hamas is starting to regrow in that area again too. So what I'm waiting for right now is to see what happens when Israel says, okay, we're pulling out of the Gaza Strip. Will Hezbollah respond and discontinue their attacks on Israel? If that does not happen, then I think what we will see is a response from Israel, and Israel will go ahead and declare war on Hezbollah, and then this whole thing will get started. But if somehow is Israel showing that they're pulling away from the Gaza Strip, hopefully that'll send a message to Hezbollah, and then Hezbollah say, okay, you know what? We've said many times that we'll discontinue our attacks onto Israel if they stop their attacks on Gaza and the war ends in Gaza. But I just don't see that happening anytime really soon. But we'll have to wait and hear from confirmation from Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and what he says. But we do have a pretty significant time frame here that it's looking for sure sometime this month if the Israelis cannot figure out a diplomatic solution to resolve this with Hezbollah very soon, or maybe they don't pull out of Gaza enough very soon and also end this war down there, then Hezbollah will continue attacking Israel, and then boom, now we've got war. So let's wait and see what happens here. But I mainly wanted to report to you that for sure Iran is going to get involved in this fight. They are coming out publicly and stating this, that they will back Hezbollah along with all these other proxies in the Middle East that they are also backing as well. So yeah, very big news, guys. I hope you got something out of this, but that's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.